Hello, and thank you very much for the invitation to address your forum here today. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you. As you may know, there's a lot going on in Brussels these days. And as a matter of fact, I was just in Romania less than a month ago to address the parliament and discuss this ongoing energy crisis. What's going on these days? I like to call it the perfect storm. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has triggered an unprecedented situation in the European energy system, not to speak of course, the havoc they're wrecking inside Ukraine. What we're experiencing here in Europe is something we haven't seen for decades. It's been part and parcel of Putin's strategy to disrupt the European energy supply with a view to blackmailing the EU and making them more prone to look for compromise and less interested in interacting in this crisis. Now, what normal people are experiencing on the ground is very, very serious. People are seeing their energy bills go up. Small and medium-sized enterprises are struggling to pay the bills. And we are seeing big industries in Europe basically being curtailed with a view to ensuring continued competitiveness and continued health of their businesses. We need to act on this. Politicians need to act in this situation. But at the same time, we need to understand what is it that can be done in the short term and what is it that we need to do in order to trigger a structural transformation and get out of this grip that Putin has on us because we're dependent on his supplies of fossil fuels. Here and now, we need to diversify our energy supply. We need to get energy from other sources, from our friends abroad in the US, Canada, from North Africa, and from our friends in Central Asia. At the same time, we need to save energy like never before, with a view to ensuring that there's a better balance between supply and demand, that people actually save that increasingly expensive energy, and to avoid that we run out of energy in the midst of the winter. At the same time, we need to think about what it is that can get us out of this mess. And that's where electricity comes in. Because electricity is an abundant resource if we deploy the necessary capacity to actually harvest it. There is plenty of renewable resource in Europe. It's all about harnessing this resource and building a more independent and a cleaner energy system as soon as possible. We need to build out renewables and other sources of clean electricity supply faster than ever before. And we need to build the supporting infrastructures faster than ever before. Storage and grids are necessary to ensure a secure supply of electricity. At the same time, we need to electrify our end users more, get more electric cars on the road, get the charging systems up there, electrify the heat in our buildings, electrify the supply for our European industries. That's the way we build a more robust, resilient economy, an economy that is more energy independent, and an economy that will eventually become climate neutral. So thinking about this, we need to make sure that what we do also politically in the short term is compatible with these objectives of the longer term. And unfortunately, what we're seeing right now in Europe is that some of the measures that are introduced at EU level, but also in member states like Romania, are not helping investor certainty. While they're intended to help customers, they're at the same time undermining investor certainty, which is what is going to get us out of this critical situation and more into a more electric and a climate-friendly future. So my call on politicians these days is to think about the short term and the long term in an integrated fashion to make sure that what we do here and now really will help us, not only in this critical situation, but also with the structural transformation of the European economy. So please think about the investors, think about how to make sure that it's attractive to invest in the European energy system so that we get out of Putin's grip and invest in a more electric and climate-friendly future. Thank you very much.
you.